May 1st, 2026. Rishi rescues Jhanak from the attack, stepping in without hesitation and getting injured in the process. His condition leaves Jhanak deeply worried, as she cannot ignore what he risked for her. Meanwhile, his family becomes divided once again over Janak's presence in their lives. Aditi, unable to stay silent, confronts Rishi and questions why he continues to help Jhanak despite everything. May 2nd, 2026. Rishi firmly states that he will continue to stand by Jhanak, making his position clear. His decision angers Aditi, who lashes out in frustration over his constant support for Jhanak. At the same time, Mishti puts Jhanak in an uncomfortable position, forcing her to either use foul language or dance, clearly trying to humiliate her. May 3rd, 2026. Mishti continues to taunt Jhanak, insisting that she cannot learn dancing overnight and attempting to shake her confidence. However, Jhanak remains composed and responds curtly, stating that it is not Mishti's place to judge her. She makes it clear that the judges will decide her abilities based on her performance. May 4th, 2026. The family celebrates Sanjbadi's return, growing emotional as memories of Dridaman resurface during their conversations. Amid the emotional atmosphere, tensions quietly linger beneath the surface. Later, Rishi becomes uneasy when Aditi begins questioning the sincerity of his love, leaving him visibly unsettled. May 5th, 2026. Jhanak impresses the audience with her strong and thoughtful views on women, earning attention and respect. Meanwhile, Sanjbadi finds herself feeling nervous as she is suddenly confronted by Neelu and Rishi, creating a tense moment she struggles to handle. May 6th, 2026. Jhanak delivers a stunning dance performance despite facing tough competition from Sanjbadi, who also captivates the audience. The intensity of the competition keeps everyone on edge. Following this, Jhanak goes on to win the debate competition and delivers an emotional speech that leaves a lasting impact. May 7th, 2026. Jhanak receives praise from Indrani, who expresses her desire to present her with an award in recognition of her efforts. While this brings a moment of appreciation, concern begins to grow elsewhere. Aditi becomes increasingly worried when Rishi does not return after dropping Sanjbadi. May 8th, 2026. Still concerned about Rishi's absence, Aditi calls Sanjbadi and warns her to be cautious around Jhanak, revealing her growing distrust. Later, when Rishi finally appears, he subtly reveals his feelings, hinting at something deeper, leaving the situation more complicated. May 9th, 2026. Rishi is left furious after seeing pictures of Jhanak with Ayush, immediately jumping to conclusions. Despite Jhanak insisting on her innocence, he refuses to listen, allowing anger and misunderstanding to cloud his judgment. May 10th, 2026. Rishi urges Mishti to trust the college's handling of the situation involving Jhanak, attempting to maintain order. Meanwhile, Aditi's unresolved childhood fears begin to surface, leaving her emotionally vulnerable, and Anirudh steps in to comfort and reassure her. May 11th, 2026. Mishti deliberately gets Jhanak drunk, taking advantage of her vulnerable state. Under the influence, Jhanak openly confesses her love for Rishi, unaware of the consequences. At the same time, Ayush appears supportive, but the situation quickly turns against her when compromising pictures of the two are revealed, leading Rishi to misunderstand everything. May 12th, 2026. As the family members attempt to turn Rishi against Jhanak, tensions rise within the household. Under pressure, Rishi distances himself and refuses to take responsibility for her, leaving Jhanak to face the consequences alone. Soon after, she is publicly humiliated by the accusations made against her. May 13th, 2026. Jhanak is left deeply troubled after the college principal decides to rusticate her, escalating her situation further. As she struggles to process this setback, Dev steps forward and defends her, offering support when she needs it most. May 14th, 2026. Worried about Jhanak, Rishi decides to visit her college despite everything that has happened. However, just as he arrives, a sudden bomb explosion shakes the campus, throwing everything into chaos. In the midst of the panic, Jhanak calls out his name in fear. May 15th, 2026. Rishi becomes increasingly concerned for Janek's safety and rushes toward her college after hearing about the incident. Meanwhile, Janek is left terrified as she witnesses the aftermath of the bomb explosion, struggling to stay calm amid the chaos. May 16th, 2026. The college committee faces strong opposition as Sanjbadi boldly defends Janek, refusing to let the accusations go unchallenged. At the same time, Sham uncovers a crucial detail that Mishti's friends were responsible for giving away the keys to the locked room where Janek and Ayush were trapped. May 17th, 2026. Sanjbadi advises Rishi to control his visible concern for Janek, warning him that it could hurt Aditi even more. Despite this, tensions escalate when Aditi confronts Rishi and gives him a clear ultimatum, forcing him to choose between her and Janek. May 18th, 2026. Janek firmly tells Rishi to step back and focus on his relationship with Aditi instead of involving himself in her problems. Despite her words, the situation remains tense. Soon after, Rishi's family learns about the frightening bomb blast near Mishti's college, leaving everyone shaken. May 19th, 2026. Aditi is left shocked when Arshi reveals that Anirudh and Nutan once shared a past relationship. The revelation creates unease and raises questions. Meanwhile, Rishi searches for the student list, trying to gather information about Janek. May 20th, 2026. Rishi expresses regret for his earlier behavior toward Janek and apologizes for treating her harshly. He also shows genuine concern for her well-being, softening his stance. Later, he confronts Neelu and scolds her for interfering in his relationship with Aditi. May 21st, 2026. Rishi loses his temper when Aditi decides to leave the house, unable to handle the growing tension between them. Elsewhere, Parashar becomes anxious after hearing about the bomb blast near Janek's college, worrying about her safety. May 22nd, 2026. Arshi and Anirudh get into a heated argument over Anjana's sudden disappearance, causing concern within the family. Kotan steps in to calm the situation and reassure a worried Bablu. Later, the principal informs Anirudh that Rishi plans to visit the college to meet Janek. May 23rd, 2026. Tensions rise sharply when Aditi arrives at Janek's hostel and confronts Rishi directly, unable to hold back her anger. After the confrontation, Rishi apologizes to Janek for Aditi's harsh words. Meanwhile, Bablu feels relieved when Anjana finally returns home safely. May 24th, 2026. Puthul and Indu argue over Rishi's continued concern for Janek and Aditi's decision to leave the house, deepening the divide within the family. At the college, the hostel girls approach the principal and make further accusations against Janek, worsening her situation. May 25th, 2026. Sandbadi reveals that Janek wants Anirudh to acknowledge her and pushes for a DNA test, bringing a serious issue to light. Meanwhile, Indu and Pyle urge Databai to call Aditi and convince her to return home. May 26th, 2026. Aditi surprises everyone by agreeing with Rishi that Janek should stay at their house, creating confusion and mixed reactions. However, at the college, the principal dismisses Janek's claims of innocence and expels her from the hostel. May 27th, 2026. Janek becomes emotional as she misses Nutan and reflects on her past, including her wedding with Rishi. Later, Rishi marks their 6-month anniversary by congratulating her, a gesture that deeply upsets Aditi. May 28th, 2026. Rishi celebrates his 6-month anniversary with Janek, encouraging her to enjoy the meal he has prepared, creating a quiet but meaningful moment between them. Meanwhile, Anirudh reassures Arshi that he will handle the ongoing case. May 29th, 2026. Aditi begins to regret trusting Arshi and allowing Janek into their home as doubts start to grow. Despite this, the family comes together to celebrate Dadabai's haldi ceremony, sharing joyful moments amid the underlying tension. May 30th, 2026. Dridaman returns home after many years, leaving the family emotional as they struggle to process his sudden arrival. He insists that Sanjbadi stay, creating further emotional complexity. At the same time, Ayush warns Janek that Mishti's group is planning to have her thrown out of college. May 31st, 2026. As the family questions Dridaman about his return, he reveals his illness, leaving everyone shocked. In an emotional turn, he proposes to Sanjbadi, creating a complicated situation filled with conflicting feelings. Meanwhile, Aditi and Mishti secretly plan to frame Jhanak as a thief. Aditi's unexpected support of Jhanak causes concern for Tanusri and Payal, who struggle to understand her actions. At the same time, Dhridaman reassures Sanjbadi, promising that he will soon approach her mother to formally ask for her hand in marriage.